Hi, this is Leland Sklar, and I am hanging with Neve, and I am having the best time of my life.
Live with Neve Fridays on the East Coast from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Five, four, three, two, one. You're live with Neve. This is Live with Neve. Iconic musicians, comedians, and entertainers of all types. Interviews, comedy, and God knows what else. Hold on!
All right. How's everybody doing out there? Here we are, live with Neve. I am high in the Highlands saying hello. This is a midday update, and we're here. I have two viewers, and we're thrilled to have them. Okay, let's just start. We're having some amazing talent coming up right now. This week, we have some really cool stuff. We had Leland last week. We have some fairly high-level people we're negotiating with, including Waddy, and we've got our put it this way, I'm dialing my phone till my fingers bleed. I've got a bunch of people who are getting back to me, and we're just working out scheduling. So I don't want to say too much, but I'll tell you, you're going to hear a lot of really great recording performers like Leland of his caliber. We're also going to continue our policy of having new young bands that we find and having them on. I hope you guys like the show and enjoy that we shake it up sometime, because the show's evolving and we have a lot to talk about today. This is kind of going to be Neil Pimps the Band. If you're out there and you want to add some comments, our comments are over here to the right. Our studio hotline is 201-274-6862. Now, please do not start calling the phone right now. At the end of this, I'll let you know so that we don't devolve, as sometimes happens, into a free-for-all, which should always end up fun, so it's cool. Again, thanks so much for watching us. I'm going to bring on Julie in just a second. Julie, our co-host, is primping and prepping and moosing and sprucing in the green room. We don't have anybody in the green room, but if you'd like to be on the show today and make some comments, go ahead and click in the comments. Hey, Kim, how you doing? Nice to see you, and thank you so much for all the posts you have. Let's see. What I was going to get at is we're going to be talking a lot about the show because we have some really big changes. So I love it that this is doing this now. I see this popping up on the screen, and it's like this new whiz-bang thing. I can actually see people making comments, which is like, I don't know how that started. I think it must be some of Julie's technical wizardry with the platform we use. Hey, Julie, good morning.
Thank you so much for giving me that credit.
How are you, babe? What's going on?
Good. I'm doing great. Yeah. So how are you?
I'm excellent. You know, I've got the window open. It's like maybe 40 out or 35, 40. I don't know. It's very nice.
Hey, but you have the window open.
It's brisk. Oh, hell yeah. I got the window open. Feeling strong like bull this morning. I just got up today. When I got up, I worked out. Now I hurt like hell, but I'm ready for action, man. I'm like ready to do some backflips for the show. I think today's just a good day to be alive. I want to mention we have a new guest. You recall who our new guests? Not our guest, actually, our new cast member.
Oh, our new cast member. Yes.
Yes.
For all of you. Cast member or a new cast member?
New cast member.
Okay.
We have actually two to talk about, though, because we really have two cast members who are going to be great. For everybody watching, some of you have seen us with our good friend Frank Manzi. He's from up in Longmeadow, Massachusetts, has great albums. He's been on our show twice. So if you look in the archives, you'll see a lot of fun material. And we have fun with his uncle. It's his father. What am I saying? I'm really having a brain fart. But he's got the hots for Julie, amongst others. In our last conversation with him, I asked him if I could get him some women. And then he said, sure. And so I asked him, kind of lady are you looking for? And I said, 50 years old? He goes, oh, yeah. You got down to 40? He said, yeah, I see. He gets down. I go, how about 30? 30, not so much. And I just love him. He's been, every time we have him on, we make Frank, and I think I'm giving Frank a complex because we bring Angelo on. And the poor guy, he's such a great musician, such a pal. And we love him to death, but he's like, all you want me for is my dad. He's like, what have you done for me lately? I'm just teasing you, Nancy. I know you're out there probably either watching it now or you'll be watching later. But the long and short for you, Jules, we're going to be bringing him on a couple of bits a month. And we're also going to have, through our subscription service, we're going to have Ask Angelo, where if people are signed up to our Patreon account, I will be forwarding the questions to Angelo, and he will reply via cell phone. And I hope to make him a big part of the show because he's just so fun and he's having a great time. And if he's having a great time, I think our audience is having a good time as well.
So let me ask, is everything going to be in Italian, all of his answers, or is he going to do, or do you get both English and Italian?
Well, when we do it on the show sometime, we'll mix it up to confuse the fans a little bit. That'll kind of keep
for our
it.
Patreon members, they just want to make.
But for our Patreon members, since they're kind of like have a backstage pass, and like it's like the kind of folks with a black card, they kind of have special privileges. It's directly related to their donation rate too. If they really want time with Angelo, I mean, it's by the hour or by the shower, and. I'm sorry, Frank, I'm not out here trying to prostitute your father, but, some of the ladies have commented they think he's fun. And ladies,
them together. They need to go out on the road together as an act.
I know, they really do.
They're great together.
I love it when they sing, like Angelo sings in Italian, and he's having a blast.
And they're all old, like family Italian around the dinner table songs, right?
Yes. And we just ask him, and he sole mio. And it's a lot of fun. I can't really tell how many people are here. It doesn't say, and I'm hold on, I'm going to pull up Facebook if I can, and there we go.
By the way, for anybody who may see this later or is having problems, there is a Facebook notice to all streamers that they're having some trouble sending the stream to to certain destinations on Facebook. So if you usually watch us on one page and you're not seeing us, please go to another page, or if you're having trouble seeing us, obviously go to another page, because hey, how can you know what I'm saying if you're on a page that you can't see, right?
Hey Jules, I'm glad we did this. We have got some comments here, and I'm so glad to hear we got some new folks here. Let me pull them up and see what they're doing. Comments is on. Where'd they go?
I don't know. I'm not
sure. Susan Fine is wishing our Asian friends a happy Chinese New Year. And to you as well, Susan. I know you'll be out in Chinatown today, eating some duck and, blowing up fireworks. It's one of the best times is Chinese New Year, it's just like really a party. It used to be in Manhattan. I'm pretty sure it still is. I'm having a problem reading the comments over here, but I don't know why. Okay, Toby Simmons. Hey, Toby. We're glad you're here. Toby's here for Frank. I know, she said, let's hear it for Frank. And Toby's got front row seats. Susan said, oh, Frank's better with his dad. We have a bunch of new friends here. Toby, you're killing me. She's out in Encino, California. I love it. Did you ever run across Encino Man, the Neanderthal or Australopithecus star of the movie? It was a really wonderful movie. It's very highbrow. From my understanding, they asked Anthony Hopkins to play in it, but he just was kind of busy that
Brendan Fraser?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Do you think he's cute?
Brendan Fraser?
Tova Abade.
Of course. What woman doesn't think Brendan Fraser is hot or was hot? I mean, damn, Brendan Fraser. He's hot. Especially
I want to mention Susan sends her regards to you, says you look great this morning.
Oh, thank you, Susan.
Hey, Greg. And then we have someone, one of our friends, Socorro Moraes. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm going down the list. They said, yeah, Susan's commenting on my comment about the fireworks down Chinatown. I've done that New Year's thing. It's a hoot. It's almost as fun as St. Patrick's Day when you have all the drunk Irishmen. And back then I was still drinking, so I'd be in the middle of this crowd of drunk Irishmen. They're like, you don't look very Irish. I'm like, everybody's Irish today. Forget about it. Run amok and people are drinking. But the fireworks are unbelievable down there. They have the dragon dancers. And hell, they have, it's a great festival. I just want to get some drumsticks and join the band, Kind of may have to do that next time. That might be a weird people moment in the middle of the parade. We'll do it live. My monkey cam on my head. Joining the Chinese New Year parade.
You need to go.
We did a gig once in St. Petersburg, Florida for New Year's Eve. I was with my lovely friends, the Shake Society, and we were playing at the downtown St. Pete band shell. Well, we missed a few things in the translation during the contract. It didn't say anything about it's an alcohol-free event. So true to form, when we showed up, our boys were like loading in coolers and stuff backstage. And the whole town is all dry around us. It was meant to be a dry, sober, angry, pissed off New Year's Eve, because there was a lot of drunks who needed their fix and were like, "How with this shit? I got shit in my pocket," The sign of a true drunk. You might be an alcoholic if you've got a fifth of vodka hidden in your overcoat. At any rate, during the show, there had been taiko drummers playing with the big dragon dancers, and it was the coolest crap because in the middle of my drum solo, they started coming down the two middle aisles towards us. And you have to hear this. I'm up there playing kind of stunned. I didn't expect it. And they came down the aisle, walked up the stage stairs, crossed across us, then went back down and out. While I'm just I felt like a rock god, I was like, in the band, they're all like, oh, let Neil fucking crank out for another, let him play. I hope hope the China guys come back, really quick. Because they're sitting back there, and we had a lot of visitors backstage because it was the only place any of the bands. Nobody else got the memo either. But first night, if anybody out there has partaken in it, it's a wonderful event. It's right up there with the Borat's his town, the fertility rites every fall. Those are really a good time, and we're going to be covering that live when Borat comes on the show. Where are you located, Neil? Hey, Toby. I'm located in New York. Or if you actually look at my backdrop, you can see I'm in beautiful Mazar-i-Sharif in Afghanistan. We have a friend of the show I've had on here before who took that wonderful picture. His name is Habibi Hazazalula. I don't ask me to repeat it, okay? I see that look. It's you see me I'm trying to look all suave and debonair by, talking like I know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to this. But to answer your question, Toby, Julie is in beautiful Tampa, Florida, home of death metal and Joe Redner and the Mons Venus, which people never say, oh, you got a great football team. They're like, you ever been to the Mons Venus? And I'm like, oh yeah, the spaceship thing on Dale Maybury. I'm just going to say there were rumors that before I was of age, but there was rumors, they're innuendos, and it's all slander. I just like to call them youthful indiscretions. The problem with my youthful indiscretions is they lasted a little longer than they were supposed to.
It's okay that you're young. You should be young. Young. Good. Can I tell you my stripper story?
Yeah, let's have the stripper story, Jules.
Okay, it's not as impressive as it sounds.
Should I get the drums going? Boom, ba, doo, boom, ba,
doo. Sure. It's not that impressive. It's just.
Go ahead. Let's hear you up. Talk to the audience. Tell them your deepest secrets.
So I was it was suggested to me to go over to the strip clubs and see if any of them needed an announcer, a voice person or something. And so I ended up going to, I don't remember where, maybe it was 2001. And I walk in the door and there's a girl in her 20s at the door. I'm not in my 20s any longer. Anyways, I walk in and I'm well dressed, but she looks at me. She says, "Oh, hey, hon, are you here to be an entertainer?" And I stopped and I looked at her. I looked over my shoulder, looked over my other shoulder, and then it dawned
Yes.
on me, "Are you talking to me?" She's like, "Are you here to be an entertainer?" And I said, no, but thank you though. I really appreciate the compliment, but however, just here to be, I said, I was wondering if you needed a voice person or an announcer or DJ or something like that. That's what I was looking for. She's like, well, get my boss. And he comes out, he's an enormous dude. And he comes out and then he's kind of looking at me skeptically and had the same, like, I could feel like he was about to ask me the same question. I'm like, hey, I'm here just to see if you needed a voice person, an announcer, a DJ, whatever. That's what I was looking for. He's like, and then, and then he just kind of just gruffly said, no, turned around and walked away. It's like, okay.
Oh man.
So obviously, I know. I should have taken the stripper opportunity. I should have. I don't know what was wrong with me.
Who knows? Those girls they're hardworking ladies of the evening, and they work hard for their money.
Yeah, I should have.
I know, and the guys like it because they get hard for the money too.
At least that.
What can I say? I'm not sorry. That swan dive.
Yeah, swinging, and swimming, and swaying.
Swing. You hear that? That's my new annoying artifact of the day.
Your annoying artifact of the day.
It's what we give to those guys who go to the Mons Venus too much. Tell them, take this home and practice.
Does that work?
I'm sorry. I know the censors are getting pissed.
Does that work?
Toby, I have to ask you, do you have experience in such things? If you'd like, you can call in on the toll-free hotline, and we'd be glad to talk to you about your pole dancing experience. This is a new low on the show where I'm actually asking guests if they pole dance, because she brought it up first. I'm defending myself already. However, hey, Steve, what's going on, man? I'm going to mention my tailor, the one and only Steve Solip. He's cracking up. He's like, I think you probably owe me some money. I'm kidding. No. Steve is an amazing custom shirt designer who does great work. It's just exceptional. I'm not wearing Steve's work. Steve's work is like really good. These are okay, but Steve Solip is the man, the myth, and the legend. And he's also an excellent painter. So if you guys see him on the screen, go ahead and look him up. Buy his shirt, but more importantly, his artwork's where it's really at. I have a picture that he painted. It's sort of a representation of me in a drum set form, acting like I do behind a kit. And it was pretty cool. I mean, it captured the essence of my skills, we'll say. And that's probably the best way. Again, I'm looking at two monitors, guys. I guess Toby, I've probably scared her off. I think that bit about asking her pole dancing experience, she may have just decided not to sign up for our Patreon special backstage pass.
I think
we actually have, let's talk, Julie, about the. I'm sorry, I couldn't catch you on that one.
I said maybe we should do a pole dancing class. Take one. We can each take one from me.
You can, that'll be called Watch Neil Bust His Ass Big Time. Yes, it's okay. We have that skit that hasn't been shown yet, but I have a bit that I did with an artist in town, and it's called Live with Dead Neve. And all I can just say is Dead Neve's character does not talk a lot. However, Rick more than makes up for it in the bit, and I think it's fairly entertaining. That'll be coming your way, folks. We have a lot of stuff going on. In fact, I'm looking at who's watching here. This thing's driving me nuts. Okay.
What is driving you nuts?
You know what I don't see here is, of all the people, I do not see Rick Davis. Pam, I want to mention Pam Ryan is here on the show. She's lurking in the shadows. And Pam, she runs our Project Pets here in Highlands where I live. And she is absolutely a great human being, and I have to give her kudos. She runs her group, and they bring food and dog food and cat litter to people who have elderly folks, people who've been ripped out of their job by COVID. And in our town of about 5,000, Highlands, New Jersey, she does just an amazing amount of good here. I try to drop off some food to her monthly, at least. Sometimes if it's a great month, I'll drop her off twice. But Pam, thank you. You know, you really have a heart of gold in what you're doing. And, you know, I'm glad to call you a friend. And by the way, the TVs work great. That's a whole nother subject for everybody. I'm trying to watch. I see a bunch of people watching, but
Really? Because I can't see any of them. So
okay, I have, you know, Susan, I'll tell you what, Susan, would you like to call in on the toll-free line? This is kind of, the show today is kind of free form. Yeah, Susan, please call us.
Everybody is a guinea pig. This is a beta test. Do you want
This is a beta test. You'll be the first, and I am the hostess to the mostest. Before I bring Susan on, Susan, you can call. Julie, why don't you go ahead and send Susan to her messenger. Send her an invite. See if we can get her on TV with us. We're going to break it out. Susan, you're going to bring Pete on, and we're going to watch him slaw small children.
Hold on.
This is for all of you people who like the Live with Neve show. We're going to have live animal-human interaction. We're going to see cat on man. And usually you see a story, cat bites man, but perhaps today it'll be man bites cat. I don't know. I know I've always liked to bite a cat occasionally. Oh, that's anything about that, though. I was just talking how my affection for a pussycat is.
Oh my God.
Where is he? For all of those of you out there cringing in radio land, come here, Cooper. I have a great cat. I meant nothing. You guys all have a foul, filthy mind to even
right.
think of such thing. I saw you. Look at you, Julie. You're blushing. Holy shit, I love it.
Once to bring it up. Right? It's not like I know you. You have everything planned out. You know where your comments are going to go, and you've got them all planned.
Oh no,
like, I know when she says this, I'm gonna bam. You know it.
You know what? I'm off my medication today, so God only knows what'll happen. Toby is still talking to us. Jill, send Toby an invite. Toby Simmons.
I'm sorry, I'm not getting the same comments you are. That's my last comment. That's all I have.
Okay, well, here, let me give you, oh, Kim's now talking to us. Oh, great, it's coming on. Kim, I'm sorry, I am naughty, but remember, if anybody's watching, please don't call me whining about a joke or something I say that's off the cuff and might offend somebody. In general, if you are a person who's like a fainting goat and you come on our show, we will treat you as such. After you hit the floor, we'll give you some smelling salts and pet you real nice. And come on, come up here. After my last remark about kitties, this may be desperately off base, beyond the bounds of taste. But why not? We've already jumped into the sewer. We might as well swim around a little bit and enjoy it. You know, what can I tell you?
All right, okay. Wow, so, that was going down the wrong path. I stopped it before.
Oh, I think it's the right path.
It was down the wrong path when I was about to say, that's fine, I'll ride your back the whole way.
There you go. You're coming down this twisted trail with me. Toby's name, I want to mention, it's TOBISIMMONS, like Simmons drums, like I used to play.
Or as in
Simmons mattresses.
Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons. Wow, you know what? We got to get that crazy fucker on the show.
I have.
He can't. You know what? He's not even running late night ads. He's probably drunk behind a 7-Eleven.
No.
At this time of night.
I know. I had an extensive interview with him several years ago.
Okay.
When I was working, doing mornings in Kansas City.
Right.
We were lucky to have Richard on, and he is exactly what you think he is. He is very, very kind. I mean, a complete open empath. Like, he loves people more. He loves everything and everybody, and he nothing. I'm getting goosebumps now because I got to say something in a second. He thinks everyone is amazing, and he just wants people to be happy and healthy. That's his mission on this planet, is to make sure everybody's happy and healthy, and that's how he feels. We interviewed him, I don't know, for maybe 20, 30 minutes, and which is kind of a
Wow.
long time in radio world live, and or maybe longer than that. We may have held him over a couple of stop sets, but at one point he started crying, and he
Wow.
started crying, and I mean, a genuine, authentically started crying.
Let
He's
me
so
say this,
moved.
Julie. If we bring Richard on the show, I promise you, I will be gentle, kind. I will be the Dalai Lama of broadcasting.
No, it's not. It's not about that. It wasn't about that. Because that's funny. Because my morning show partner Ed, Mr. Ed Walker, if you're watching,
Hi,
yeah,
Ed.
after that he blamed it all on me. He's like, Jules made
Where
Richard
is Ed
Simmons
anyway? He's
cry.
over in flyover country somewhere.
He's over in Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas City.
Yeah.
Not, I'm not slighting anyone watching the show from Kansas City, but you never know.
No, that's where he is. Yeah.
I mean, you're back here. At least you're back in Tampa. I mean, I'm still here in New
Yeah.
York, but at least you're in Tampa. Compared to Kansas City. I mean,
Oh no,
okay.
I know. I'm really happy.
The,
But yeah, he after that segment forever, he just started just would tell people Jules made Richard Simmons cry. She made him cry, and I'm like, oh my God, dude, really? The poor man was just so moving. He was so moved.
oh man, that is funny.
Yeah, and he
That's like sounds like how Lee made my nickname for the band. Do you recall that name? What he used to call me, related to being a reverend. I'm going to go ahead and just briefly, I'm going to do my impression of a televangelist from down south. Now, if you're watching and you're part of the people who like televangelists, know that you can also send me donations and I will tell you all kinds of things. You can actually, if you like to tithe, I will accept 10%. If you make more than 500,000 a year, my tithe goes up to 15 or 20. Why not go for the gold? But are you people watching this TV right now? Now, what you're going to see in front of you is you're going to see a Bible, and your eyes are so bad because you live under the radiation plant. But don't worry, God will save you. You will be healed, and all things will be good. Now, we're going to bring on the Reverend. My name is the Reverend Annie Purdy Neil Van Erdy, and I am here to speak to you. I'm here to light your beacon. Can you hear what I'm speaking? I am the freaking deacon, for God's sakes, and I am here to tell you, if you send me $9.95, God wants me to have a Porsche Panorama, and I'm going to drive it for him. So please give largely and liberally to my cause. Now, if anybody out there is taking offense to this particular bit, I'm sorry. Everything's game here on the show, so just so you know, we'll make fun of anybody.
Don't
It's not
apologize. What do you apologize for?
There's nobody
No.
out there that we're not going to make fun of. So if you're a fainting goat, in fact, we have to start a whole club called the Fainting Goat Club for all the people who send us hate mail. Because I mean, I have to tell you guys, if you're watching it out there, I've had people say all kinds of things. It's kind of amusing. I've been called Nazi. I've been called a communist. I've been called an asshole, which I'm used to hearing that a lot. But the other two doesn't really fit. I find all political people equally reprehensible and just they're the lowest class of animal is a politician. I don't care how much money they have and how long they've been there. They're fucking skanks. They are living large in both parties, and they're just talking shit because all they care about is cash, cold hard cash, and power, motherfuckers. So, hey, everybody's all upset about the election, whether they're Democrat, they're fucking glad. They think the Holy Grail is coming. Life will be cured. It'll be like Obama. He didn't quite get people walking on water, but he tried pretty hard. And then, the Republicans are all going to, they're like ready to kill. And people, I'm just going to get briefly political. We had 9 or 10 months of like rioting and shit. And now we've had a week of it, and people are more appalled about that than anything else, which I hate to say it, the assholes in both parties are the ones out doing shit. The rest of us who are just in the middle, we don't really give a fuck until the election comes. And I know there's people who are going to be so triggered and sensitive about it. I don't care who you voted for. I like you, man. Doesn't matter. I don't care. You could have voted for fucking Ross Perot, even if he's dead. I'm sure somewhere Ross Perot got somebody. Let me tell you what we're going to do. We're going to put up the hood on the car, and I'm going to get out my tools. We're going to fuck around in here. Oh, shit. I fucked up my motor. God damn it. But then we're going to get this country like that car. We're going to start the key, and we're going to go forward. Now, you got it? All right. For anybody who's watching, I have told you I'm off my medication today, and
you didn't tell me. You didn't tell your co-host and your producer that you're off your medication.
Well, I just figured I'd keep you kind of when there's nobody in the room, I can talk. We're getting naughty comments on the line now. They're far more fun than hating them.
Any of them? Why can't I see?
You know what? I wonder where the hell is Rick Davis?
Where the hell is half of our shit? Why isn't it? It must.
Wait a minute. Let me see if I can get Susan Fine.
It's probably that Facebook thing.
Susan Fine.
It's in her. It's in her messenger.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first. Well, no fucking shit. Oops. Pardon me for you censors. Dial Susan Fine. There we go.
It's fine. I know, girl. I hope you use that. Susan.
I hope I get it wrong.
Because I mean.
Leave me a message after the beep. Hasta la vista, baby.
Do you hear that message? I'm going to do mine. Hasta la vista, baby.
Hasta la vista, baby. Susan is
Hasta
fine.
la vista, baby.
Susan is
Yes,
fine.
this is Arnold Schwarzenegger calling you. I want you to come to my castle tonight. My little love child is he's out tonight, and the housemaid is in, but she doesn't care anymore. I want to father another child. At my age, I'm starting to feel somewhat unwanted, washed up. So I'm calling you, Susan, because you know my name in German? It means Schwarzenegger. Do you know what this means? Huh? You know what this means?
No.
It means I am a dark horseman, and the dark horseman is knocking at your door.
How about the schlongs? Do you have any schlongs?
Excuse me?
Schlongs.
What did you say?
Schlongs. Do you have any schlongs? It's German for snakes.
Your schwanz.
No, for snakes.
Schlong? Are you serious? Schlong in German means snake. No. Do you see this? Susan, we need you in here. In fact, right now I'm putting out an all points bulletin. We need John Spear in here. I swear to God, something has possessed me today and the studio and the show. I don't know if it's the Holy Ghost or a holy roller. I don't know what the hell's going on, but after my little spiel, I'm feeling all tingly. I want to get some more money in.
Here, I'll share my screen. Let's see how this works live, okay? And you can see what
cool.
I'm looking at.
This will be cool. Let's try it. This is a new technique being used here live with Neve.
Yeah,
I wonder where Rick Davis is. It's like really not like him to not be here.
Hold on a second. Let me get to my thing. All right, here we go. Share with everybody. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Schlongen.
Schlongen.
Schlong.
I'm going to tell you, if I was standing...
Schlong is the shortened word for snakes in German. Yay!
Wow. To everybody out there, I'd like some comments on the schlong topic. It's like, yes, you go into a hot dog joint, right? You walk in and you're like, which dog do I want? You look at them all. They got the sauerkraut dog. They got the Chicago pickle dog, which I tell my ex-wife she can jam that thing down her throat and keep chewing. There's no difference. I say that because she was dating a guy from Chicago, and to piss me off, she said that hot dogs suck, or chili dogs, or New Jersey dogs. That was it. But Chicago dogs are hot. And I was like, well, you can probably fit two of them in your whole mouth at the same time, and you used to. Boy, I know I'm really offending people left and right today.
I know my
My phone is taking messages. Hold on.
I'm getting a lot of buzzing on my phone. I don't know about you.
I got to call Susan back.
Hmm.
Susan's calling in on the hotline, so. Oh, I know why.
Why what?
She's
You know why
dialing in. I dialed Susan from my regular phone. Let me see. Recents. Okay, I'm going to reach out to you, Susan. I'm reaching out to you. Blocked? I didn't fucking block her.
Oh, maybe you got hacked. Like I got hacked, and everybody else on Facebook got hacked, and Messenger
Could be.
got hacked.
There we go.
Hello?
Yes, is this Susan Fine?
Yes, she has been trying to get you.
I can't hear.
Oh, well, you know, it's sometimes hard. Sometimes the elevator doesn't work.
I can't.
Can you hear her?
No.
Can you?
I can hear both. You hear me? I can hear you.
She's like going this.
Hold on. I got to turn you up, Sue. Let me see how I do with this phone.
Yes,
Wait
it
a
is.
minute, I want to be a little
Term, everyone.
I'll tell you what. Let's do this, Susan. Julie just sent you a link. I'm going to bring you on, and if you don't,
Not listen to me. It's not working.
the link is not.
Try getting through the link. It does not work.
Are you using?
Copied it.
It might be.
Are you using Chrome as a browser?
I have no clue. I tried to do it through Safari. I copied it. Nothing worked. I'm not using the laptop. I'm using my iPhone.
Well, I'm not sure how to sort it out right now on the air, but if I'm going to go ahead and send you another one, what I would say is open up Google Chrome and paste it in the link in Google. Sometimes that just seems to work better than anything. Hello? Hello? Going once, going twice, gone. Okay, Susan, I'm sorry we're having this technical screwery. Shlung,
It might be Facebook issue, remember?
Toby, who is Rick, Toby? Oh, send Toby Simmons an invite to come on, too.
Toby,
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm not getting the same things you're getting.
Oh, I know why. You can't get into Facebook. Yeah, you're in this room.
Mm-hmm.
And for everybody out there, the reason we can't go into Facebook while we're doing this is our video stream gets weird.
And not only that, it's Facebook is having issues right now with streaming, with live streams. They're not going to all of their destinations, is what we call them. And so if you're not, like we said earlier, if you're having trouble with viewing or seeing us or hearing us, or like for Susan, the link is probably may not be working because of the Facebook problem. So Facebook isn't receiving the streaming like they should. So there's something going on between that. So that's why we're trying to sort things out and try different things. As technology is always fun, as it evolves every day. We must evolve every day until Skynet. Then the term.
Okay. I got it.
Really. I mean, this is what I always say. Let's talk about that for a second. My
Sure.
thing is every single time somebody brings up some grandiose idea that they think is going to be great, like genetically engineered mosquitoes and the killer hornets or whatever the hell they are, I always or even Roomba. Love Roomba. I treated Roomba with such respect. I wanted to put googly eyes on him and a tail and make him a pet. Well, so I had ferrets, and my ferrets used to jump on Roomba. They knew how to turn Roomba on.
Oh, right,
and
right.
They pushed him off of his charging port. He would make the sound, do-do-do, and he'd move. And my ferrets loved it, and they played with him. Well, so anyway, so my whole thing was I kept saying, we got to be kind to Roomba. We got to treat Roomba with respect, because before you know it, his AI might grow bigger and faster than anyone expected, and then it's Skynet, and the machines take over, and oh my God, does nobody watch science fiction? I
We're
get it.
done.
Science fiction is based on science fact. I mean, let's look at Star
Absolutely.
Trek from the 60s. They had tablets and iPhone and iPads and shit like that then. In the 60s, that's what they were imagining. And look what came to fruition. It's so freaking cool. So that's why
Absolutely.
that's my warning is always like, look to science fiction for future problems.
Trust me, our show at times is science fiction. We're so ahead of the curve, they don't even know where we're at. Everybody's following in our footsteps.
That's why I'm waiting for the super hornets or killer hornets and the genetically engineered mosquitoes, the meth gators, and whatever else was out there this year besides COVID. Oh, right, the aliens, the alien bursts that were coming.
I wonder if the aliens have, for all this anal probing, I wonder if they have a schlong as well.
They may, and all of that stuff. I keep wondering. I say, where are the zombies? Is it a combination of all these things that have to bite a COVID person? So, like, if you have COVID and you are a zombie.
The zombies, I've been in New York for a decade now, and they're still out there. They're already starting to show that they've been wandering around. They lurk always. You see them in the shadows, Now with COVID, they're really running hard. There's not many fucking people, like even the homeless, they're disappearing one by one. I think the zombies are down in the subways and they're taking what they're doing really is they're thinning the herd, because if the average zombie has a problem, just looking at them, they're all fucked up looking. They got skin and meat hanging off them. And if they come running up to me, I'm just going to take a baseball bat and take them down, man. I'll go out in Zombieland. In fact, that's the other thing I want to tell our guests, because we're getting sidetracked. But for those of you who are still watching, let's see who we got here. Toby, it's funny you bring it up. Toby is great. She's got all kinds of ideas today. She is bringing up the naked cowboy. Mm-hmm. Now, I haven't gotten a hold of him yet, but we need to reach out to him and get him on the show, because first off, it's cold as fuck. So the naked cowboy, I have seen him out in this weather many times. But
does he need a blanket?
Is he what?
Does he need a blanket?
You could probably put a blanket, and I'll tell you what, he's looking a little weathered the last time I saw him, but you could keep him nice and warm. He was a handsome man. Let's see. I want to ask Toby, what do you think about the naked cowboy? Would you like to have him make a sandwich with you and Julie? I'm really scraping the bottom here, I try not to make this show like Howard Stern or any of that crap, but occasionally we just have to dip into we just have to take a quick dive into the pool of shame, or whatever we'll call it.
You mean of debauchery? Where's your wig? Where's your Howard wig?
Oh, my Howard wig? It's upstairs. My cat is like entranced with that thing.
Oh, your cat's wearing Howard.
The cat just thinks he really looks like Howard Stern. Come here, Coop. We've got people who want to see you. Bring your little.
Yeah, please bring him in. Let's see what he looks like.
He was here. He almost pulled the iPad and all the gear off, and then there was some cables laying about, so he decided that those were worthy of his attention. And the other day we were doing the show, and you couldn't hear it, but I had those pop bubble things. And the little schlong was sitting down there planking at the fucking pop things and scratching the shit out of them. And so I'm in here, and it sounds like I've got a rat's nest. It's like, I'm like, hey, knock it off. He's like, oh, okay, fuck off. So while we're just freelancing, Toby's got some ideas. Harry Carey you're Toby. You are in LA. Great. They have Harry Carey out on I think she said at the Venice Pier, or let me just see what she found.
I thought he was.
Oh yeah, Venice Beach. Yeah, I've stumbled around that beach. Yeah, I think I know. I think I've seen this guy now that you mention it.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about Harry Carey, this guy out in Venice Beach who rides around playing guitar on a skateboard.
Really?
We're gonna have to look him up. Yeah, we'll have to look him up. Thanks, Toby. We appreciate it. That's our West Coast correspondent chiming in. Toby Simmons, we're going to be reaching out to her after the show. Be our special West Coast Find the Freaks on Venice Beach. Shouldn't be too hard. Toby, I haven't been down there in a long time, or out there, I should say. Is Venice Beach still the freewheeling, great, fun, crazy place that it is and always seems to have been? No. A wealth of knowledge. I love it. There's our girl. We've got another one going to join. We're like next Civilm. Ask Julie about the tattoo bit of the thing.
The what? About the what?
The branding. It's like that cult, the sex cult, and next Civilm, or whatever the hell they called it. Nivixum, and it was all these hot-looking, like, New York socialites and actresses. And there was this dude who looks like a total goof, and he turns into some, like, I don't know, twisted version of the love guru. And so basically it's like all these scams work. You got a charismatic guy, and he's got like this cult that's about self-awareness. And like, we're so in touch and woke with ourselves. And, you know, we're going to go and pay $100,000. And then this guy gets to brand me on the ass. And then I have to have sex with him like for 3 or 4 days until he's done. And then I've like received nirvana or whatever the hell the guy was selling. I don't know. Basically, I think he just had.
What are you talking about? Which cults?
Nexivim. NXVIM.
And there's so
NXVIM. If any of you people out there have had, oh, well, look at this. Toby's like, yeah, there's a bunch of tweakers out. And she was born on Wilshire Boulevard. So she's definitely got her LA credentials and chops covered. Definitely our new correspondent. We're going to have our West Coast correspondent occasionally.
Maybe she can help us with some of the guests on the West Coast.
And she can bring some of these tweakers on at the Venice Pier.
Maybe she can help us with that. You know, we're putting together our team and our hubs and stuff like that of our crew, of our Neve crew here to you know, to. And
we're looking to achieve world domination.
That is our goal. Yes.
Yes.
It is.
I know that already Howard Stern's like laying awake at night. He's just so scared.
Terrified.
I'm sure he wants to
come by and steal all of his millions of.
I know. I'm going to steal like I'll be lucky to steal enough to. He probably pays more in groundskeeping than I do for a car, and I drive a pretty nice car.
Yes, you do.
You know, I'm sure like Howard. All I know is Howard, as much as I poke fun at him, and it's not because I don't respect him or his money, but I do think that he's always got to take the low road, like almost every time. I've seen him do some amazingly good interviews with musicians where he asks great questions. But I don't know, the whole thing about Leslie West sticking his foot up his, you know, the first thing, they didn't even ask him like, hey, how's your new record going? No, Howard's like, he goes, so, your young wife, she's looking pretty hot. So how is sex after, you know, flipper assignment surgery? Basically, he had a horrible disease. He had to have his leg cut off. And apparently his, I'm going to keep this within the bounds of taste if I can. Just the fact that we're talking about it. Like I said, Toby's got musicians. She's a Valley girl. I love it. Oh, you're just so sweet. Oh,
what?
So Howard basically gets in and asks him if his wife has knowledge of the flipper. And I was just like carnal knowledge of it. And I just, at that point, I was like, he didn't go there. He didn't go there. And then they bring her out and she's just like this hottie sitting there. She's looking fine as hell. And she's got this big like, I'm sure he stays up late at night reading sonnets with her, declaiming poetry. I mean, but like she looked like we were talking about Tampa and the Mons Venus being world famous for the strippers and sticky floors in there between cleanings. And you know, she looked like she was one of the girls. You know, you call up Joe Redner and say, you know, I need an escort for the night. You know, and then she shows up. And then if you're a rock star, apparently you're like, hey, you want to get married? I'll buy you a pizza. Yeah, you can go fix all my food and like hang out. And then if I have groupies, I'll just lock you in a hotel room down the hall. Here I am destroying Leslie's reputation. First off, I love Leslie West and always have. I thought he's hysterical. He's an extremely intelligent man. So again, you know, remember people, this is about fun and laughter and not really If you're offended, hey Jeff, we have Jeff Carolus on. He's watching us. Jeff, where are you calling us from, man? But yeah, so anyway, I was saying, I wonder, Toby Simmons, Toby, can you do a Valley Girl voice?
Like, totally.
Totally.
Totally? Oh my God.
Like, totally. You gotta leave your car.
When I was acting, for some reason, I kept getting typecast as a dumb blonde or a Valley Girl.
Oh, right. I can't imagine.
I don't know why. It was the weirdest thing. And my hair was, totally, I was platinum back then. It's, just gotten darker, but, yeah, whatever. Anyways, yeah, I just kept getting typecast as this Valley Girl. I'm like, oh my God. And then suddenly I started, when I moved over to like voice work and stuff like that, I was still getting I want you
to say it this way. I want you to go, oh my God.
Oh my God. Becky.
My God. So
Did you
lame.
see her butt?
Ew.
I like
It's grody.
I cannot lie. And you all brothers can't deny when a girl walks in and she got all right.
They're lining up. I see them lining up around the block. Toby is a hippie. I love hippies.
So what
we have the best time, best music, best of everything. And I tell you what, all these young kids, they don't know shit about apple butter. That's right.
What were we talking about? Because I know it was something good, and then we
let's actually, while we're talking, I'm going to get back on somewhat. You see this list I made, right, of all these things to talk about? You can't really see it.
Oh yeah, now I can. I was just
not that anybody can read it because I write it in Kazakhstan in.
Good choice.
Just like Borat taught me a few things when I stayed over there. I had rented his sister she's number 3 prostitute in Kazakhstan.
Really?
So, Borat.
He didn't ask you to do anything for him? Because I know.
He wanted to see my kram.
I figured.
Yes, I told him the kram was fine and doing well, and he could just stay over there. We have a new member. Amazing. I don't know. Dagmar Verfruden. Guten Tag.
I love that.
What a great name, isn't it? It sounds like I've got some explorer. Next on the Neve Show, we're going to have Dagmar Van Struten. I'm sorry. It just went off as I was trying to read it. I really have a mind like it. Yes, Dagmar is our correspondent for Berlin. Dagmar Verfruden is coming on.
Great.
Dagmar, let us know where you're from, man.
Dagmar.
I love it over in Germany, man. I'd be back in Berlin in a heartbeat if all this COVID fuckery would go away.
Yeah, that does sound fun. We should do a show there.
I apologize to everybody watching it. I keep reading over here. I'm trying to get the screen to host my events.
To do something.
Toby, I'm gonna private message you later. And we promise you we won't send any pictures of a snake or schlong, as they call it in German. We're gonna get confirmation from our other Germanic friend on.
Because what? The Urban Dictionary online isn't good enough?
No, but I want to say to Toby, I'd like you to private message me, and we're going to talk about the LA thing and the LA connection. Definitely. Talk to you offline. So getting back, I'm going to talk some serious stuff, Julie.
No, wait. Let me get my serious face on.
I feel ready. Yeah, we get our Zen moment. For everybody out there, if you have a vape pen, this is your time to hit the vape pen and join us in nirvana and bliss. As I say a few words from the Book of Neve, we actually have some really cool stuff coming up. Jewel, let's talk about Irish Makiri. A fascinating story. I'm going to give the background, and then you can chime in on what. A couple of weeks ago, I was sitting at home, and I was reading an Al-Anon site. It's a website that helps people who live with alcoholics deal with the alcoholic and prevent them from getting a handgun and putting them out of their misery, which sometimes is an option. While I was reading it, I read the story that he had, at the young age of 17, his mother and her boyfriend killed his father. over the course of the next 5 years. He wasn't sentenced till he was 24. During that time, he was in jail. His mother and the boyfriend looted all of his dad's assets, took everything away from him. He was convicted and found guilty of first-degree murder, and he was sentenced to life with no parole at the age of 17. After 24 years in jail, he was let out. And I don't know about you, but the first time you get let out of jail after 24 years, you are going to be mighty bloody pissed off. And I would be pissed off beyond belief. And I can say, yeah, everybody always says, oh, they're going to go to a lawsuit. But the truth is,
That's not
there's no lawsuit's going to save you. You know, it's not going to make up for that.
Nope.
And then we're going to go ahead. We're going to be having him on. Julie, when are we having him on?
That I'm not. It looks
I think
like
it was
it's
like
going to be towards the end of this month because
Right.
because of the. Do you want me to continue?
Yeah, go ahead and tell them what they're doing and how
Okay,
we're going to go with this.
They're doing a documentary, and they've invited Neil on to be as part of the documentary. So not to give away too much because I don't want to,
Right. Right.
upset our partners, the documentary people. So anyways, coming out, and we're working with them to find the best way to shoot and collaborate. So be looking for that. We're going to help promote them, and they're going to turn around just like that, reciprocate. So it's going to be pretty interesting and probably pretty heavy, and it's not going to be our usual comedic stuff, but it's something that is serious, that needs to be seriously looked at, especially in the country. I think we all know that the whole police and authority thing is like going way out. So anyways, that's just just bringing it.
Yeah, it's really. I don't know about you, Julie, but in my talking to him and discussion with him, he plays. I asked him, and I don't want to give away too much. In fact, I'm not giving it away, but I will just tell you that music had a great part in his recovery from anger and rage, and the fact that he's come out, he's a really good guy. Just from talking to him, I can't even wrap my head around the concept of spending 24 years in jail being innocent, and it's just. I love happy endings and people who come back and rebuild themselves better than they've been before. I've fallen on my ass a few times, and sometimes more than once, same night. That's okay, I can drive a boat. I am Captain Queen behind the wheel.
And that's why I live by my motto is, of course, our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Confucius say,
all kind of shit. Oops, I'm now in trouble. I made an Asian dialect. I can hear I made a sound of I kind of used a stereotypical Chinese or Asian voice, I guess is how we would call people nowadays. I get confused on the things in the proper terminology that's safe. God forbid I cross that line. But while we're talking, Jules, I'm going to run down the list. And we have the lovely and talented Pam McCoy will be on Thursday at 11 o'clock with us. Pam is a singer-songwriter, and she kicks ass. She's been part of the Asbury Park music scene forever. She's just a great gal. I'm glad she's a neighbor here in the Highlands. There's a tremendous amount of talented people here in town, and she's one of them. So, Pam, if you're watching, we can't wait to have you on. On Thursday, we also have Norman Selden, which if any of you folks are watching this, all I can tell you is Google the name Norman Selden, and you will see the albums this man has played on. He currently has a new record coming out. He's got he's got Dave Pretty Purdy playing drums. He's got Pam McCoy singing on it. He's got her daughter singing on it. It's being produced in Nashville as we speak. They're writing a book about his life because this guy is, even if you don't know who he is, once you see his story, any of our guests, you're going to be amazed at who he's played with. He's an Asbury Park native, and people You know, Bruce Springsteen is like a big shadow over this whole slice of beach. His manager lives right next door to me, his former manager, who we went to California the first time with. The studio that his manager owned is downtown and has the best Halloween party ever. Tinker, I just got the news that you're not having it this year, and I'm so bummed. The last time I was in the hospital when you held it. Then COVID came, and it's been gone ever since. So we keep hoping, man. Tinker, next year, it's going to be this party for you people out there. You have no idea how cool it is. And the amount of music that goes on there. But getting back to Norman, Norman's played with everybody. Gary U.S. Bonds, all the people associated with the music scene, Southside. And I'm going to let him tell the story because he's an amazing player. He will be joining us, and he will be playing the Mighty Steinway that was played by Vladimir Horowitz.
Wow.
Those folks who don't know who Vladimir Horowitz is, it's incredible. I'm not sure if he's still with us.
Look,
So I'm going to go celebrity death pool where we bet if he's alive or dead or deceased.
Right. Start taking bets. What do you think? Give me
I don't know. Vladimir Horowitz, he's a Russian piano player and composer.
Is he alive or dead? Alive or dead?
My call on it, I'm going to say live. Be optimistic here.
October 1st, 1903, born in Kiev, Ukraine, died November 5th, 1989, New York, New York. So we missed him by 20, oh God, how many years? What, 40 years?
Oh, well, here we go.
Oh, not 40 years quite, like 32 years.
Get out of here. Forget about it. So moving on, there's another show, Julie, up here that I don't know if you've watched any of it. Dooner's World. Have you seen that?
No. You were telling me about it. I haven't had a chance to see it
Yeah,
yet.
so for everybody watching the show, we're going to have the host of Dooner's World, Mike, coming on to join us. He has a video show similar to ours. We have a lot of the same friends in the music biz. He's very heavy on Frank Zappa, which I can always talk Frank Zappa with anybody for hours. But we're going to talk about, for the people out there who think about what goes into a podcast, myself, him, and Julie, we're going to be talking about his show, and we're going to be talking about the behind-the-scenes things that podcasters need to know. So if you're watching this show and you think, wow, man, I can kick Neil's ass. We got a better show. We're going to show that crazy bastard what to do. And if you feel that way, jump on in. The water's fine. It's sort of like today's the Polar Bear Club. If you want to come down here, I'll jump off the bridge naked into the river, and it'll be quite a bit for the show. I'll wear the monkey cam, the GoPro.
GoPro. Are you doing that?
Yeah, I think so. It's nice and cold out. The water's probably a balmy 50. Strong like a bull. I'm getting tan, fit, and ready, man, for prime time.
Do you have to get naked? Do you have to be totally nude?
No. When you do the Sons of Irish, though, there's some ladies there who I'd like to see nude.
Of course.
And I'm sure you'd like to see some of the guys, too.
Don't have a problem with that. Yeah, I think you need to bring a camera or 3.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Actually, we'll get you up here, and you and Annie can do live on-scene coverage. So Mike from Dooner's World's coming on. He's got a great show. I like him. One of my friends of both of us said, well, what do you think? Your guys are like the same show. And I'm like, no, we're not the same show. Nothing like it. He's cool. He is. We're cool. We like good music, and we like to talk about it a lot. Our shows have a lot of differences, though. Mine's more of a free-for-all idiot zone where I just kind of run rampant and run my yap. His is much more organized and focused. He's probably of Swedish descent and makes fine clocks with his show. I'm kidding. No, he's a hippie guy. Don't resent it. I love him.
No, I resent. Oh, he's more organized than us.
Well, you know what? I just mean, it's only one guy. You have to remember that. And he's not me. You have to deal with me. Which, I mean, what can I tell you? That's a job in itself.
No,
I'm still waiting. I need my handler in bad. I've got all kinds of things that need to be handled. And
Well, what does Annie think about that?
you got a dirty mind, man. I swear to God, Julie. What do you do? What do you think about all day?
I don't know who my friends are. It's just from them. I get influenced by my friends. I don't know.
Oh, you have friends? Oh, man. Hey, remember what Lee would say?
Exactly.
For everybody out there.
To Leland Sklar, we love you.
To Leland. You know, to everybody out there, we'd like you to take a picture of yourself flipping yourself off to us. Like, I'm going to show you. Hold on. This is an example of what I want to see.
We love you.
Forgot about it. That's what we want to see. Julie, give your, I want to see your rendition. Remember, in the wrong parts of New York. Oh, that's a good pose.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Pose for the camera.
I think that's my new handshake. Everybody has to know it.
Shoot. Buck, that's like a lemur. Wait. For everybody watching, I stole that joke. It's definitely an Austin Powers thing. You know, I got to give credit. I love Austin Powers. He's just such a putz, man. The Hollywood folks don't want to deal with him. He's such a brilliant fucker. It amazes me. But he's just like, yeah, and he's just like a pain in the ass for the studios. And then he had that wonderful movie, which if I was his bro, I would have been like, dude, have you read the script? Oh, God, what a freaking train wreck, you know?
Dude, did you see the one, oh shit, the one when he was the Indian, he played like a, oh God, what the hell was his name? The Indian the dude who's, oh geez, man, what the hell? Hold on, I gotta look it up. It's gonna make me crazy. It's in my head.
While you're doing that, I want to say to Elizabeth Schneider is watching us. She's a friend of the show, and she's down in Kentucky, and we have our prayers and best wishes to her. She is having, she's dealing with a bout of cancer, which, as we all know, that's really fun. So our hearts are with you. Thanks for listening, Liz. You know, we love you, and we're thinking of you. And all I can say is I hope you for a speedy recovery. She is apparently doing well from what we've heard lately.
Excellent.
I think she's on the last leg of her treatment. She probably has maybe 3 or 4 left to go. So while we're talking, what were we checking out?
The Love Guru.
Yes, The Love Guru.
You know who else is in it? Is Mini-Me's in it?
Oh, Vern Troyer's in it.
Yes, Vern Troyer. That movie, I know had like I don't know, but I thought it was so fucking funny. I couldn't stop laughing. There's a few scenes in there that are just like so Mike Myers out of this world that you just
I'll have to watch it like again.
You're just dying because you're like, what the fuck? And it's so rude and it's so in your face and it's just so obnoxious that you just like, God damn it. You're just rewinding it. What the fuck? Yeah, there's a few scenes.
I love it. I like Mike Myers, and I think he's a great, amazing comic. Just brilliant guy. I noticed that we had Toby is back with us, and she sends us a glorious Lee Sklar type greeting. I don't know. Is that like this?
This, the metal? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to be Mr. Spock? Are you trying to do the Vulcan neck pinch?
No, this is kind of for those in the know would know what I'm.
Oh.
As they'd say down south. Can I say it on air? Can I say it on air?
Go for it. I don't care.
Oh, I don't know. I'm afraid we might really.
No. Go for it.
I guess the way I heard it relayed to me down south somewhere was, you know, I get all liquored up and I wake my wife up with those, what redneck's idea is foreplay. And I just say, wake up, bitch. And then you got to give her 2 in the pink and 1 in the stink. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That is really horrible. And people watching this, Toby, I'm sorry. You flip me the finger, and I start thinking it just all goes. It goes to the gutter.
I lost my light. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, your light's off. So for anybody out there.
Oh my God.
Oh man, this is cool. Toby is a friend of Lee's. She watches his show every day, and that's cool. We love it, you know. I'll tell you what, Toby, I'll be seeing you out in LA. If NAMM has a NAMM show next year in January, as it usually is, it's like when the year comes to an end, a lot of us get excited about Christmas. But to me, I'm excited that Christmas comes, New Year's Eve's in my house, just a pretty laid back night, look at the ocean. Then, time to go to NAMM, where we see friends from the past, present, and future. You can walk, you can meet anybody in the business. If you want to learn something about a piece of gear, you can play with it. And like when I was there last time, the guy asked me if I wanted to play Denny Carey's drum set. And I said, I got to check this shit out. I have some pictures of it. It was an extraordinary stainless steel custom-made drum kit, and it whipped ass.
Wow.
I'm pretty proud of the way I play drums, but when Danny played it, I mean, there's great drummers, and then there's that guy. He is just like he's like kind of like a Neil Peart kind of a guy. He's just so he's just so brilliant. Really enjoy it.
Can you play YYZ?
Wow, look at this. This chick, Toby's going to, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to have to go out and take her out for drinks. I'm kidding. I don't drink anyway, Toby. You're safe with Uncle Neil. No, but she's hanging at NAMM. She's working at the Hammond booth. That's funny. And she also hosted the after party. So Toby's sounding like the hostess with mostest, our fixer-upper in LA. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to get her on. I'm going to ask her to give us a shout out. Toby, if you're watching this, we'd love you to take your cell phone and shoot a live video of yourself and say, "Hi, I'm Toby, and I'm live with Neve in Los Angeles." If you have a cat or an animal, you can bring the cats or the animal, whatever you have. It could be, I don't know, some people's idea of a service animal is a hot blonde. In other places, French bulldog is what they prefer. So service animals, I can tell you can bring them on a flight in a suitcase. I brought a few back. One of my friends has a taste for the bizarre, and he wanted a lady boy from Thailand. So, you know, the guy did good business with us. He spent a lot of money, so we got him one. Last I saw, they dropped him off at the Waldorf, and some porter was leading him up to the 4th floor. Liz is watching, and she's like, "You think I'm a bad influence, Julie?" Oh my gosh. Hey, what I'm not understanding, Julie, is how is it they're quoting and some of the captions pop up and some don't? Do you know any esoteric reasons why that might occur?
Perhaps.
Well, we'll have to talk about this later. In the meantime, I think her father's waiting in the tool shed. So, I'm sorry.
Every fucking offensive thing we can at once.
Today, I figure since we don't have any guests, I'll just run off the fainting goats. If they're in the fainting goat society, they're gone.
Here. Is this it? Isn't this what you guys do?
I'm cracking up. Toby. Oh my gosh. Toby's asking who we know. Apparently, Robbie Robertson. I know who Robbie Robertson is. Or no, Robinson, excuse me. Gary Swan, Andreas. I'm not sure who these people are, but they can, as long as they're not a fainting goat, they can join the show. And actually, if I really want to do an experiment, I want to have somebody, I'm going to have to get a correspondent in the field and have them find some fainting goats and videotape that for us.
Oh, I might know somebody.
We'll do like a spot where oh gosh, we'll have those PETA fuckers after us for making the goat faint. The next thing you know, I'll be eating dinner somewhere and some little creepazoid will come up and splash paint on my girlfriend's freaking little rabbit skin coat. And then I'll have to kick him in the balls.
That's
It's like, hey, welcome to New Jersey. Now get the fuck out of here. Garden State. Actually, our state bird is Leland's bird. Okay, the Hammond brothers.
Is the Leland Sklar bird. This
Leland.
is the Leland
I'm gonna,
Sklar
you know what?
bird.
I'm gonna buy
Bird.
when I build my version of Skywalker Ranch. I'm gonna call it Sklarland.
Sklarland, I like that. But I like the Leland Sklar bird. I think that's good. You can have that, Leland.
Actually, we can make a name when we do. When we have a wax figure of Leland. We do a wax thing like Frank Zappa used to do, and we can have Leland Sklarland or whatever I was babbling about. I'm fascinated because I'm looking at Toby. She's definitely Toby. I don't know what to tell you, but send me your phone number and email address. I promise I won't send you anything untoward, or it won't be illegal fattening or any other thing. It'll be gluten-free even. Talking about, we have to be animal friendly here. I will tell you today, no lab animals were harmed during this broadcast. And it's funny, Julie, I thought we were going to get on and do like 10 minutes and we're still sitting here, we're running time out, but I still have so much to talk about. So for those of you watching and who are just like totally bewildered about where the show is going, join the club. I am too. Let's see. So we talked about Dooner's World. Dooner, if you're watching, man, I love your show. He has great guests on, and we'll be talking about podcasting. For anybody out there who wants to do it, I think you'll have a chance to learn something. Julie's an expert. Dooner's an expert. And I'm just a guy who kind of hangs around with experts. I'm not really a talk show host. I just play one on television. And I don't know what to tell you, Coming up, for my friends who love Warren Zevon, if you're in the Zcon group, I love you, and I've got a bunch of friends there. We're going to have the wonderful Matt Karpsonis. He has played with the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, John McEwen, and great Warren Zevon, one of my favorite composers. We'll be having him on, and we're going to be talking about all things music. He's a tremendous, tremendous player, and we're looking forward to it. We also have some video that's being edited right now. We have the drummer, Jay David from oh gosh, I'm having a brain fart. The cover of the Rolling Stone, on the cover of the Rolling Stone. Gonna see my wild Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. I'm sorry, Jay, it's been a while since we interviewed you. However, you are in the editing suite as we speak, and we're going to have Jay David back. I have to tell you guys, you don't know who he is. You should find out. We talk about getting a bunch of money when you're in your early 20s and what it's like to be a rock and roller. We have some real dirt behind the scenes about some stories of a couple of people who you can probably guess who they are from the discussions because you read about it in the news. But we have a few inside glimpses at life with rock and rollers around you. Jay is a great human being. He has Cat Sanctuary, which being a cat guy, I just like the fact that he goes out and he does the trap, neuter, release thing, and he gives money. And anybody can judge people's character. If there's shit with an animal, there'll be a shit with a human being. All of us have known, these idiots come out and you're just like, really? So moving on, Matt Karpsonis will be with us this week. We're going to go ahead and post our schedule. That'll be posted in the next day or two of all the next month of guests we have. We're going to have Ronnie English, a guitar player from up in, he's up there by Trailer Park Boys, up there in Canada. And I got to tell you, Canada.
All I get is South Park, Canada in my head.
Oh, right.
Clapping heads.
Well, Yeah, what's his face? Trey or
And Trey and Matt.
whatever those. No, the two little fuckers who sang.
yeah, their heads flap. Their heads
Yeah,
flap. That's how
can't remember their moniker.
they illustrate Canadians.
But Ronnie English is, in my opinion, just a killer journeyman guitar player. I don't know a lot about him yet. I haven't really done my homework as far as where his past is, but the guy is just ridiculously good. And I look forward to having him on, and we'll be talking about blues and his rise in the blues industry. I'm going to have links. We'll have some links. Jewel, I keep going back and forth between us doing a website or not, and I guess we'll talk about that with Dooner this week. About is it a pro or a con, or is it just another bill?
I don't know. Well, I can tell you, wave media is always changing, and technology is always changing, and the strategy
So I think
constantly changing. So we could try it. See, we could do anything. Try everything.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Motto: try everything once, at least once.
We have the lovely and talented Cheryl Carter. She is on watching us. Cheryl, thank you for joining us today.
Hi, Cheryl.
For everybody watching, the show is not usually this loose and just kind of roaming around. We had a couple of. Well, we're just running. What I mean is, I've got yeah, right. I'm just kind of running my mouth, and we're just kind of yucking it up.
Yuck, 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 yuck. It up.
And while we were talking about great talent we're bringing on, for you guys who are out there going, what have you done for me lately? Well, you bring me Leland Sklar, but what have you got now? Well, I have some people in the fire I'm reaching out to. One of them is a wonderful guitar player. His name is Waddy. It rhymes with swabby, so I'll let you guys and gals use your imagination who I'm talking about. All I can say is you've all heard him many, many times. And then I was lucky enough to get invited up to my friend Jerry Murata's studio last month. So I went up with a crew, and we went up to Dreamland Recording up in Woodstock, New York. And Jerry Murata, Jerry, if you're watching, I didn't call you Ricky yet, so be cool, man.
Did he do that, dude?
Oh, yeah, you'll have to, after the show, let's run the clip where I was having him do his Live with Neve stinger. And he goes, I'm on with Neve. You're not. I am. And I'm Jerry Murata.
Dude, it was so funny.
He's making fun of me for getting his name a couple times. And then you'll see there's 3 segments of it that I shot, and I just put them all up because he was so hilariously funny. He's a very gracious guy. And I mean, like we find like with Lee Sklar, when we were at lunch, I mean, our stories, we were just like going out of our mind, and we had a really wonderful time because he's a maniac. Like most drummers I know are maniacs.
Maniac,
and,
maniac, I know. And she's dancing like she's never danced before.
We've got Cheryl Carter. Cheryl, tell us, where are you, hon? Where are you coming from? Oh, and Toby's already messaged me, which is cool. I'll be messaging you after the show. What time is it? It's about 10 o'clock or something out there. Is it 3? No, it's around lunchtime. At any rate, I don't know what else. What are you looking at?
Oh, I'm trying to get your Jerry Murata bit. I'm trying to.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna put you off camera for a minute while you hunt for the bit.
Yeah, you don't want to look at my face like this.
Yeah, you look like you're thinking about writing your manifesto.
Oh, even better.
That's okay. And actually, for those few people who are still left with us, we're looking for people who can who've written a manifesto or are planning to write one. And we kind of want to know what led you to such a solitary pursuit. And I have a few questions. We have Dr. Venkman will be coming on with me, and we'll be discussing psychopathology of folks who are on our show. We're going to talk about all kinds of scientific issues, and it'll be great fun. So, Jules, you had any good response with this yet?
No. It's I'm looking for it. It was working on
That's
it.
all right.
It's in my system somewhere because I'm in the middle of working on it.
Yeah, don't
So,
worry about it. Since this was kind of, we ad hoc ran this show, and thank you for everybody who stuck around with us. We have shows all week. We'll be posting to let you know, and we're going to sit here and make more dirty jokes up for tomorrow. I have.
Sounds good.
Well, I like today. I did my homework last night, and today I'll have to do some more homework. I don't know. We are going to have some great guests coming up. So, the last thing I'm going to mention about Ricky Murata, if anybody's wondering why I'm bringing the guy on.
Ricky or Jerry? Jerry?
I'm sorry, Jerry. The guy, I had to say it and jinx myself because I took it personally out of my vocabulary. It's Jerry Murata. Jerry. Jerry, it ain't Rick. It's Jerry, it ain't Rick. Jerry, it ain't Rick. Ooh, want the funk. We're gonna have some funk. Sing it. Ooh, we want the funk.
It's like an Archer. The
Archer.
Carol. You never watch. Yeah, you don't watch Archer, but anyway, so there's a character. Everyone.
I thought that was someone was calling us up.
Carol. So she goes by Cheryl and or Carol. It's pretty
funny. And who is she? I have Cheryl Carter on here.
No, it's a cartoon character on Archer, the TV series. And she's totally psycho, and she's like a billionaire, and she's crazy and everything.
I should have married and divorced her long ago.
yeah. And nobody could ever get her, and no one ever gets her name right. So she's just Cheryl and or Carol throughout like 10 years.
Oh, that's funny. Well, at least you didn't name her something like Symbol Guy, like Prince when he wouldn't the artist formerly known. He had that weird symbol made.
Yeah, I dig
the hell out of Prince.
What?
Oh, the Muppets was the best. That was a great interview. It really was.
Every time Rizzo would jump around, turn around, it's weird. Hey, have you seen? And Rizzo would jump around, turn around, and show at the back of his jacket with the symbol on it.
Right? I love it. It was great. Prince is like, as a lot of my friends know, just one of my favorite people in life. And I've had friends who worked for him and with him, and I feel lucky to have had some interesting secondhand accounts of being with Prince. And a lot of people don't realize that this guy had a really savage sense of humor. Like he was just, he's a smart guy, and he was just fucking hilarious sometimes. He'd play off of his Prince-ness. Like I saw him go on a show once, and it was really funny. I don't know who it was, but I just clicked on it. It was on YouTube, and it was just something I wanted to catch up. Prince playing on anything, I'll check it out. He comes on, and two of the guests like start screaming, and the audience is going nuts, and he just stops and he looks at him, and in that Prince voice, real quiet, he goes, "It's okay, I'll give you a moment to just gaze upon me." And it was funny as shit because he's totally cracking up. He could barely say it without snorting, And he went on and did a great show. He goes, "Well, now that you've had enough time to get that out of the way," I think it was Arsenio, and I loved Arsenio. It was after Prince had gotten somewhat religious. I don't think he was like totally religious yet. He was still like, living the rock and roll life, the diet and all that good stuff. But no, this was a long time ago. Prince had a long way to go before, his untimely demise. I don't know. It was really funny. The audience just asked him questions. Oh, I remember what I was going to go with this. Arsenio started talking about when Prince first blew up with Purple Rain. He moved out. He had this big, crazy house in LA on the mountain. And he'd have these incredible parties. And Prince was like sitting there going, "Well, we won't talk about those today. I don't think it's really appropriate." But it was funny as shit. And I just laughed. I loved it because Prince is a funny guy. He would actually make fun of, like you'd never knew what if he was fucking with you or if he was just like being Prince-like. But he would do a lot more of that when you didn't, you weren't in public if you were working with him. Yeah. He was hysterical to work with. And So he could be a complete psycho. And, I mean, the guy was focused. The hardest thing for most engineers working with him was keeping up with his velocity of production. I mean, I'm just looking to see, we have one guest. Whoever's watching, I hate to say it, it's about time to wrap out. Jules, you want to go ahead and roll us out? I think you got anything to add and say goodbye to everybody till tomorrow?
No. Everyone have a wonderful evening and a wonderful day, and we'll be back later. So,
all right. We'll be seeing you live with Neve next time. Thank you.
Follow, subscribe, like us anywhere you find webcasts and on all of our social media to get bonus material.